Over the next couple of minutes, we are going to take a look at the use case for utilizing Brisk with your students in order to facilitate simulations that cover any range of content that you want to address. Um, Brisk and Google Gems have really different, I guess, strengths and weaknesses. There'll be a whole different clip that's on when to use gems and how to use them. But this clip is going to be on how to use Brisk and really when it is best suited to use in order to achieve the ends that you want to achieve. So I'm going to show you an example here of basically when Brisk makes the most sense, and then kind of what that looks like from the teacher end as well as what that looks like from the student end. So first and foremost, when you want to do kind of these generative simulations, you're going to access your Brisk library and you're going to pick the one that you want. And so I have the instructions up here from one of my US history simulations where students have adopted a political platform and then they have to defend that platform in the simulation. So the role they're playing is the chairman of a citizens committee is kind of like who the AI is modeling. And the students have to identify the platform that they have adopted and then defend it. Right. So as a teacher, when you go into your library, and this particular simulation is the heckler simulation. When you go in and launch it, you're going to see all of your students who have interacted with this particular simulation. Now, I'm showing you just the mock student because obviously I don't want to show you all of my students. But when you go in and then you actually click to view this simulation, it's going to show you the entire dialogue between the student and the AI. And so if your objective is to really evaluate the chain of thought, and look at the rationale or the reasoning for how your student got through the simulation, this is a great tool to use. Now, that does take more time. And so you have to decide, where do I want the teacher input to be? Do I want the teacher input to be on this reasoning and chain of thought and moving from point A to point B to point C through the learning objectives that you've identified inside of your simulation? Or do you want to maybe evaluate more on the product side? So if students are interacting with this simulation and then they're making something, maybe you've decided my time is better spent if I really dive into and analyze and provide quality feedback on what the students are making, and I do a little bit less with the interaction with the AI. And so that would be a good case for Google Gems. But for Brisk, as you can see, what this does is a really good job of saying, hey, this is what the AI said. This is what the kid said, right? This is what the AI said. This is how the kid responded to that, and so on and so on and so on. And you can take it really all the way down through the end, right? You can also download this transcript. So maybe you have, want to house a file repository of the student submissions, or perhaps maybe you've even built a Google Gem to help you evaluate the student responses, and that would be a whole nother video we'll get into. But again, kind of to wrap it up, for use cases here, if you want to see the entire dialogue between AI and student, Brisk is a great tool to use. If you want to be a little bit more surface level, a Google Gem would be great, and then you would be able to use that time in order to evaluate the products the students are making, but that's for another video. Thanks, guys.